I would assume Tommy's going to get back 5 minutes before our live show on August 2nd.
He's in Europe and he just ran out of money.
That's why he's not on the podcast right now.
Oh, that rules.
Yeah.
How did he have like a game plan, or did he just show up there?
I think he just went there.
He had as much of a game plan as I think Tommy can have.
Yeah.
Which is, I'll go to some cities, and then I will run out of money.
Yeah.
I will eventually just run out of money.
I think running out of money was part of the plan.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Dude, he texted us. He's like, boys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the podcast this week because I don't have money for a hotel.
I'm not going to be able to find internet.
We should have made him podcast from a hostel. That would have been fun.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That would have been cool.
Can you imagine how humiliating that would be for him? Just
Yeah.
In a shared bunk?
Yeah, dude, just two Indian guys just staring at him. Like, it's supposed to be me talking loudly to my family, not you doing a podcast.
That's truly what it is now. It's just businessmen in hostels. It's not like party.
Such
like,
a
it's not
bummer.
a party vibe anymore. It's just like we can't afford real hotels.
It's just it's a WeWork now.
Yep.
That rips. And then
God.
Tommy just slumming it up, dude.
Yeah, he's in Amsterdam.
He's in Amsterdam?
I think so, or he's in Austria and he's going. No, he said he was going to be in Amsterdam today. Yeah,
because he said he couldn't afford one. I was like, is it just so expensive in Amsterdam, or did you run out of money? And he was like, both.
It probably is expensive in Amsterdam.
I bet.
It's an expensive
it's like a tourist city.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
It's like the getting fucked up capital.
Yeah, red light district.
Yeah.
You think Tommy did it? You think Tommy pulled the trigger on some hookers in Amsterdam?
No, definitely. He doesn't have the money for that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's lost all his money.
I could see him trying to flirt with some like strippers.
Tommy would be the type to be like, "Nah, I don't need to pay. Like, I can."
Yeah, no, I think I can
raise up the hooker.
I think I could finesse my way into some free pussy.
Tommy would legitimately say, "I can do that." Like,
dude,
and then he would.
So when
which
he
would be
off work? He's sitting in a big glass window.
He's got his arm up against like the wall,
just blowing his face on like.
Knocking on the don't please. There's like a sign that says like, please don't tap on the hookers
on the glass.
Scares the prostitutes.
Oh my
literally
God.
scaring the hoes, man.
All right, yeah. If you've gathered, we don't have Tommy here today. We do have great guest, numero uno, the big man, Max Chapman. Welcome to the podcast, Max.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Thanks for doing it, dude.
Yes.
Good to be here.
Let's settle some business real quick. I tried to have Ryan. Ryan got here
This
early
pissed me
today,
off.
and he said,
Grant gave me an impossible errand.
I did. It turns out I did.
So okay, it's pouring rain outside. I get here early.
Oh my God.
Pouring.
I'm
it was
telling this
pouring
story,
rain.
dude.
No, you. The
I can
victimizer
mediate.
does
I'll
not
be in the
get
middle.
to.
You guys just, I'll hear both sides.
The victim tells the story first, and then the evil man gets to give it
And
his
then the
side.
victim screams over the evil man's side,
and
going, "No, no."
I am gonna. This is gonna culminate in me screaming that you're a rapist.
Yeah, and then quitting the podcast.
So I get here early. I'm like, all right, I got shit to do today. I'll set up, and then Grant is like, I'm not getting there until after we're even supposed to start, just so you know. And so he goes, but you can let yourself in. You can go around back. There's a couple like keypads. Here's the code. I go back there, pouring rain, like pouring.
Yeah.
There's only one keypad. I try it. I try the code. Does not work. I call Grant, and I'm pissed. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, no, there are two keypads back there. Send him a picture. There's only one keypad.
But I don't have my phone.
And then Grant just doesn't give a fuck at all. Does not give a fuck
So
at
I
all.
went back. I used the lockbox. It's a lockbox where you keep the Sisyphus keys in. I used it on Thursday, so I was like, it's there. It's not. It turns out I'll come clean. It's not there. I did go back there to check right before we started the podcast, just to know.
Just to know if he was lying to you.
There was a homeless guy back there.
Oh, shit.
And I'm pretty sure there's been two like big fat homeless shits back there over the past like 2
Dude,
months.
if I
was
stepped
Ryan's.
in a homeless guy's shit, I'm gonna kill you.
And he was actually like really polite. He was like, "Oh, hey, sorry," and I was just like, "Hey, man,
Hey, let me get the fuck out out of here.
So-
He's just sopping wet.
He was very wet. It is pouring rain. And
You
so
offer him a beer?
no, I should have. But Sam, if you're listening to this, I found the culprit and I did not say anything to him. Once I was back inside, I was like, oh, I should have just been like, hey, stop taking shits.
Yeah, can you please do
right
it in the
there.
woods?
Yeah, I know. There's a big pasture right next to
Go
the
under
parking lot.
94,
I know.
man. Do it with the rest of them.
Yeah, there's that parking lot nobody uses. That should be just
The one in the
Central.
back?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So sorry, Ryan, but
Yeah, it's okay.
And homeless guy, if you're listening to this, we're sorry you're there too.
Yeah.
It's a rough life.
that is, yeah.
he is listening to this through the vents.
Right in,
He's the guardian.
right in. We'll get you on the
He's taking a
Patreon.
shit. He's like, dude, ain't I get to listen to a podcast? It's kind of nice, dude. I'm gonna keep
Being
shitting
homeless
here.
rules.
You know what? I love being homeless. I hope they never do anything to help me. Yeah, dude, that's a good character.
Like homeless guy who likes it.
Happy homeless guy.
I'm what's it called? I'm like a voluntarily homeless.
Yeah.
This is actually a vibe, dude.
Yeah,
I'm a vol homeless. Yeah.
that's just propaganda, unfortunately.
Yeah. Is that they want to be homeless?
They want to be.
Okay, you have to be so stupid to look at a homeless guy and go, he wants that.
yeah.
And they never look happy.
Yeah, for sure. They never look happy.
No.
That is a big talking point, though, for like older, like moderate Republicans to be like, well, they're choosing that lifestyle, and it's like, yeah, okay, maybe we set up something where they don't want to choose that lifestyle. Like, that's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shouts out to the homeless guy in the parking lot.
Brought him on. Tommy's
know,
gone.
dude.
Get that fourth.
Fourth mic.
He would have matched Tommy's energy. Tommy has a homeless European energy.
Tommy's homeless in Europe right now.
Can't afford it.
Oh, dude.
damn, dude.
I think we were just talking about how a different comic has become homeless.
Every
we can talk about,
dude.
We can talk
I'm-
about
I'm-
that on the
I'm-
Patreon.
I'm
maybe.
searching his name on Facebook. Like, what's the update, dude? Did he get a tent?
No. Oh, someone dropped him off a garbage bag full of food. Nice. He's happy. He's doing good today.
I know that James was talking about waiting to vulture a lot of his belongings.
Well, dude, that's what I was thinking. I was like, there was a part of my brain when I saw he was like, it's out there if you want it. I was like, I might go check. But then you know he's looking out the window waiting to see you.
Yes.
Stealing my
Yeah.
shit.
Waiting to Venmo request you on someone else's phone.
Who's taking my Xbox games?
But there's no way it's good.
my original Xbox games.
Exactly. PS2 games and shit. Yeah. He thinks they're all worth something.
Oh, truly, yeah.
There's
The
thousands of
$900 electric bike.
There's
That-
thousands of dollars of. Well, sell it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Go to a pawn shop, you idiot.
That could be rent.
He doesn't even do it on Marketplace. He does it like a fucking status.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
he's like, put it on Marketplace if you
Yeah,
really want
dude,
to sell it.
get out of your network, man.
Your network is just like you. Your network is basically people like you,
Homeless
man. No
comedians,
one's
yeah.
buying your shit.
People
Homeless
who you
disease
fucked over.
comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the best part is he'll post and be like, I don't know what I did to deserve this. It's like you fucked over every single person you've ever worked with. What do you mean you don't know?
We've told stories on the
Yeah,
podcast
dude.
about how he stole money from us.
Yeah, dude, your only like reputation is that you are sketchy as fuck.
Yeah, you are a bad man.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, one time when I first started comedy, without giving out who it is, when I started comedy, I traded him 10 minutes of stage time for a bottle of amoxicillin.
Incredible.
What the fuck?
Because he was looking, he was doing a post about needing medicine, and I was like, "Oh, I got some amoxicillin." He's
That's
like,
nuts.
"Come to so and so, and you can do a 10-minute spot." And I was like,
Where
"Fuck
was
yeah."
it?
The
Green Lantern. Yeah, that was
okay.
cool.
That was a fun
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Dude, also
He kind of
to-
poached my room when he did that. He didn't poach my room, but I was running a show in Lower Town at that point, Lower Town, St. Paul, maybe 3 or 4 blocks from there. It was a monthly on a Wednesday. And it was called like Lower Town Laughs. And then he started a show on the same Wednesday, 4 blocks away. There hadn't been a show in Lower Town St. Paul in a decade or
and that's why
something.
Grant won't help them.
And then he called his like Laughs in Lower Town or something. And it was like, dude, just talk to me at least.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
send me one message.
That
but-
rips, dude.
My favorite was he would be like, "There's gonna be food for all the comics," and then you'd get there and it'd be like a big old spread of fucking plates in
Yeah.
front of him, and he'd just be bowed over
Yes.
the top of it, just munching.
Dude,
all
I've
of it.
seen him do that at his other open mic.
Yeah.
And, oh man, this is so awesome. Because
Also, dude-
this is a person who is not a character on the podcast
Yeah,
at all, but
yeah.
like, he sounds larger than life
Yeah.
the way
Oh,
we're
for sure.
describing
Also,
him
what's
now.
crazy is Ahmed was at that show every single time, and I don't. He wasn't always going up. He was just there for the free food.
There for that.
If you run a mic with free food, Ahmed will just show up.
Dude, he eats like a snake. It's like one time a week, so he's just fucking huffing it down everything he runs.
That does sound painful and unhealthy.
dude.
No wonder he's just in shambles. But dude, he runs this. You've been to Jameson's. You
Yeah,
were
oh,
talking
yeah.
about
Oh,
that the
yeah,
other
yeah.
night. Have you been there?
I don't know if I have been to James.
So, dude, he would. I don't. So you were telling me he doesn't run it anymore, but
No.
when he did run it, I went there one time with James, and he goes up, does a host set. 45 minutes, or something insane like that. And then he gets off stage and he's sitting at a big banquet table and he's got so much food. He's got like 3 or 4 plates of food in front of him. And then he hosts the mic from
Yeah.
that table.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't get up and go back in between. And
Like
then
a
he's just,
king
like,
would.
yeah,
dude,
yes,
like a medieval
like
king.
banging with forks and knives in his hand and like talking with food in his mouth. And then not
Incredible.
only that, heckling
Oh,
his
yeah.
own mic,
Awesome.
tagging up jokes
Yep.
like
Awesome, dude. He truly is a feast or famine kind of guy. He either has a table full of food in front of him or has not eaten in a week.
I went to I think it was one of the last times I went to when he ran it. It was formerly known as Cherokee Tavern before
Okay.
Jameson's.
before
took
it got
over.
woke.
Yeah.
Before the woke mob.
So they used to do it in this back room, not where they do it now. And I showed up there, and a car had just plowed into the corner of the building
Yes.
like the week of the thing.
Yes.
So the whole corner was just out, and it was just plywood covering the whole thing. And there's this
in the room that you're doing the show
in the room that we're doing, it was the whole corner was plywooded off, and then this black dude that I knew was there, and he had a pet squirrel with him.
All right, this rocks.
Yeah, dude, they just kept like disappearing. Him and the black dude with the squirrel just kept going in like the boiler room and doing coke the entire time. And
Nice.
like the black dude was like came on stage and was like doing the nay while people were doing sets and shit. It was so.
Oh, he wasn't doing a set.
It
He
was
was
crazy. It was pandemonium. That Daryl's going, "Get out of here!" And he's like, you want to meet me in the fucking boiler room, so I ain't leaving. You know we doing stuff. And it was just like screaming, and it was so fucking funny, man.
Dude, also the idea, because this isn't a show people are paying to go to, right?
No.
I love that
It
the
is
venue,
a Friday night though.
I like that the venue though, like a fucking car hit it, and then they were like, the free show must still happen, dude. It has,
Dude,
dude.
sometimes
There's
you'll
like
go
a
there-
pipe with water shooting out of it, just cartoonish.
A lot of quinceañeras now. If you go there every once in a while, there's just like a birthday going on.
At
That makes
Jameson's.
yeah,
That's
Jameson's.
the Irish pub.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we do a lot of money with the quinceañeras. We make a lot of the.
God damn.
I want to make it clear for people who are watching video that this is not Diet Coke, it's coffee. I'm not drinking Diet Coke at 10 in the morning right now.
I don't know if I've.
They have the diet pushed down.
Yeah, I haven't seen that type of coffee rig yet. That does look like that looks like
McDonald's
Diet Coke.
coffee, dude. $1.99.
And it's they do iced coffee there?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's nice.
Do you have to ask for the no vanilla?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
That's always a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they is that just regular coffee they put
Just
over ice?
regular coffee
Yeah.
over. Well, I think it is iced coffee actually.
I got to start making cold brew. That's something that I want to get into.
I do it, but then I fucking just forget to do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I make
Yeah,
it
you'll
like
do it for like a
once.
month, and then you're like,
But that has to be one of the most insane markup items that there is,
Truly.
right? Because you do nothing. You let it soak in the water, and then it's $8.
Yeah. It's wild.
you go Quick Trip, dude. Get regular coffee, throw some ice in there.
I don't like gas station coffee. I'm a snob.
Well, Quick Trip, dude. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I go to a
okay,
gas station,
okay.
I'm getting a Red Bull. I'm going to
Oh,
sugar-free
really?
Red Bull.
if
Red
I'm
Bull's-
getting coffee, it's either like a diner or a coffee shop. I can't do the gas station coffee.
Well, you won't like McDonald's coffee then
No,
either.
I've had McDonald's coffee. I've never had the iced coffee. The McDonald's coffee is okay.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
not bad.
it's
the
like
McCafe.
For
Yeah.
$1.99, just a fucking half a gallon of iced
That
coffee.
is
That is
crazy.
nice. Yeah.
That McDonald's coffee always gives me a tummy ache. You guys a little tummy ache after you drink?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use that handicap bathroom after this.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
That bathroom's gonna be handicapped by the end of this. Oh man. All right. Do we have any business to cover?
I don't think anything crazy, right?
I don't think so. Did
Yeah.
anything fun happen to you guys this week?
Not a damn thing, man. I fucking pressure washed my patio yesterday
Yeah, that sounded cool.
just for it to look 5% better.
Oh, that's
Just like it's like so much effort, and you get done. It's like, well, this didn't change a fucking thing.
Nobody's gonna fucking compliment me on this.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna
There's
notice.
still spider webs that got built overnight, and you're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
You gotta like mention it to your partner to get them to say something to you about
and
it.
then they're like, "Oh, nice."
Yeah, and you're like,
Nice.
mother.
No, not nice. This was a lot of fucking work for it to look 5% better.
Oh, so you've gotten it looking how it should. Congratulations.
What do you want to clap on the back?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Dude,
You
attaboy
definitely
is
do.
so
Yeah.
nice every once in a while.
It is cool. So we all have houses. This is might be
house
the first.
boys.
This is the first time in podcast history. I think
Everyone owns a house.
But yeah, dude, the amount of work it takes to get something back to like just what it should be,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
recovered.
Yeah.
And then you're staring at it, just being like, God, like this should look better, but
Yep.
this looks like point A.
The best
This
is-
is where we start from now, and
you-
I just worked here for a day.
You feel so proud about it, and then immediately cut down. Yeah, like not even a comment.
Because then
on
your
it.
eye just like shifts right over to the next thing that's just fucked up in your house, and you're
I'll
like,
get
well,
to that in
all
a
right.
month and a half.
The best thing is when it's like it looks good, and then there's one little thing that no one else will notice, but because you did it, you're like, every time I look
Yeah.
at that, I'm gonna go, God damn it,
For sure. And not the having a house is better than not having one. Let's just be clear with
Well,
that.
it goes
There are
homeless. It goes
frustrations.
homeless, renting, owning.
No, dude, homeless is cool. Homeless is better than
Yeah,
renting.
homeless talk, that's S tier.
Because that you got to choose to
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
You removed yourself from the process of renting or buying.
Yeah, you're full Zen mode.
Yeah, dude, you're off the grid in the coolest
They are
going
going
to
to start charging them for rent, though, dude.
Homeless guys?
Jacob Frey is going to come on TV like we've decided to.
We got to pay for the fucking Narcan vending machine somehow.
And everybody in Tangletown's going to be like, yes, good. This is, I love a progressive mayor.
Should be taxing the homeless.
Make them shovel the sidewalk. Actually,
We need the homeless to be more stressed out. They need to have bills to pay.
yeah, that guy kind of scared me back there. He didn't. He surprised me.
Yeah.
It wasn't scary because he was homeless. It was scary
Dude,
because
it
there
would
was
have
a
been
man
so
in between
awesome
dumpsters.
if you would have got stabbed to death checking to see if.
Would you feel bad?
No, dude, I would be like, yeah, I told him. He should have
That
took
could have
my
been
word.
you, dude. Could have been you.
But it wasn't.
Yeah. All right.
It was neither of us.
It was neither of us.
It was neither of us.
It was neither. Yeah, we Max and I just worked at Acme together all week. That was fun. I saw Garrison Keillor open for Erica Rhodes. It was kind of a weird week.
Wild
yeah.
week, yeah.
Yeah, and so Garrison Keillor is.
Didn't he get canceled?
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
got
but it
like a
was like-
soft
Yeah,
cancellation.
NPR cancel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he
And,
touched someone's back.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Awesome.
I know. Yeah.
Getting
what the
canceled
fuck?
for touching someone's back.
Except like.
Also, someone's going to write in and be like, he did rape.
Oh
her.
yeah, I don't have a clue what he did.
No, it was like it was that type of thing, but over a 75-year long career.
Just touching everyone's
Yeah, he
backs?
touched 1,000 women's backs in that time.
I've touched it sounds like a Bon Jovi song.
Yeah. But yeah, if you look at him in person, you're like, nah, that dude's a creep for sure. He
Really?
is scary
I'm gonna look
looking.
this guy
He
up,
looks
dude.
like a fucking.
Did he rip? Did he?
He
have
was
a good
actually
set?
pretty good. Yeah, he was pretty funny in like a very and not super unorthodox, but in a Garrison Keillor way.
Yeah, yeah.
He opened by singing
Oh, yeah.
for like 4 minutes.
What?
He sang a song and did not introduce himself.
No, you
didn't.
don't.
Yeah,
You
it was
don't
weird.
start
It
with
was
a
like,
musical,
for a
dude.
second. For those like 4 minutes, it was like, oh damn, this is like Biden vibes. This
That's
is like
so
he looks crazy because he's just so old. He's 81, and he's just like singing, not explaining, not like giving a wink to the audience, just singing and like. And so I was like, damn, this is going to be like a weird fucking 25 minutes if this is the whole vibe. And then he got out of that. People were really stoked. And then he did like 20 minutes of a material, a lot of limericks, a lot of poetry, a lot of recited, jaunty, humorist.
Or limericks, those
That's
are the
kind of
ones.
surprising because he's like a good storyteller.
Yeah, he did it. So after he kind of was like going in and out of that. He was like, he had some limericks that he had wrote that were funny. And then he talked about like Biden and Trump and like did some material and it was good.
Wait,
he was
limericks
doing
are
well.
like, I know a girl from Nantucket. Yeah.
Yep.
And she fucked a
There once
bucket.
was a guy from Nantucket whose cock was so big you would suck it.
Yeah. Yeah, he had big
dude,
Dice Clay vibes. He had big Dice Man vibes,
Dude, I'd be
honestly.
scared to task it.
Anytime I hear a limerick in the wild, I get excited.
Dude, some of them were good.
Sick to
Some
hear a
of them were good.
limerick.
And he recited them like from memory. Long. He had this big long poem about jizz. And I'm not
nice,
kidding.
dude.
Like and about how you need to thank your dad for banging your mom. And it was
I'm not
a
gonna
lot of
thank my
words.
dad.
Or
Yeah.
maybe he did do something bad.
I know when he was going into that and just looking at him and he's all gargoyle-y and stuff. I'm like, this guy did it. This guy 100%.
The allegations have not proved false.
He's not beating the. He's not beating the jizzy
Also,
allegations.
no pure man is reciting limericks. It's not like a.
No, that's an evil soul.
Yeah, that guy not going to heaven, dude.
Yeah, that's a cursed. He's like a vampire or something. He's from a different time.
Dude, that does seem like if a demon showed up, it would start doing dirty limericks at you.
For sure. Yeah, that
That's
would
the
be
devil, dude.
That would be a type of demon for sure.
Funny
like one,
demon.
yeah, like one that can't really hurt you that much, but like can give you like heat rash or something. You know.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
What the fuck, dude?
But where he really kind of dropped the ball was Erica came out and they tried to do like bumping mics for 5 minutes,
And he kept touching her back.
he like turned his back to the crowd and left it like that, and then he wasn't really yes-anding. That's where it kind of he just kind of had to go.
She
at
had to
that
be like,
point.
Uncle, get the fuck out the
a
stage.
little bit, but it was better and more
He went white
cohesive
unk
than
mode, dude.
for sure, big time. Yeah. And he was just kind of like asking how he did and stuff. There wasn't like a lot of material. There wasn't like the
He was
riffing.
asking her how he did.
Yeah, yeah, for
What the
real.
fuck?
No, he was. Yeah, with his back turned to the crowd. And it's
how
like, well,
he
you're
was
doing good until like literally right now.
Yeah,
Like,
now this is weird. Look at them. Look at the people who paid money to see you.
Oh, that's so funny.
Was that good?
yeah, and then Erica was like, "Yeah, I don't know why they didn't promote it," and it's like they definitely should have. That would have sold
Yeah.
out
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure
Yeah.
if people knew the
There
Keeler
have been
man.
people protesting in front.
Yeah, she was like, I don't know if Acme didn't want us to say anything because he was like canceled, and we're like, they had Louis for like,
Yeah, they're fine. They don't care.
Louis did a residency here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think you're good.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. So that was Wednesday night. So we didn't even have to work that night, which was tight. And the week was good though.
That rips.
This
Did
is
you guys
fun.
still get paid for the Wednesday?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wonder if they paid Garrison, giving Garrison a $88 feature spot check.
Yeah. I don't know. They probably did.
They
right?
probably did,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny to me. So here's your $88.16 check for
I
the
wonder
night.
if he cashed it. He's probably got to be rich, right?
You'd think so.
Yeah.
Prairie Home Companion was pretty fucking big.
Yeah. Dude,
But
the
it was on
issue-
NPR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
Nah,
issue
he's
with him
gotta get
getting
money from
canceled is he was too far left to even like salvage anything, you know? Does he have something now?
it. Yeah, he said he was. He said he does a tour of Vermont and New Hampshire every year.
Just 2 states.
I mean, it sounds kind of
crazy.
fun, dude.
It's
I bet you he hits.
every
I bet
state.
you he hits Maine too.
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
seems like a Maine guy. Yeah, he's like too gay for the Midwest. You know, like it's the right type of like Northeast. I want to go up there. I want to go to Maine. That
Yeah.
seems. I really
Yeah.
like Stephen
You want to
King.
do a little tour, dude?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do a tour, Grant. We got to figure something out this fall.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just because I'm with the wedding coming up. Like I'm getting
you're
married.
getting married in
dude.
Vietnam.
Yeah, I am. Did you
You're
know
getting
that?
married in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
Hoi An.
Dude,
Have you been
telling-
there?
Yeah.
Nice,
I've been
nice.
to Ho Chi Minh. That was the only spot I
Okay.
did,
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
You keep saying that it's cheaper to do it there, but then I was trying to explain it to Miranda, and she was like, that doesn't make sense that it would be cheaper to do a wedding in Vietnam.
It is.
How? With traveling?
I mean, so here's the thing. All right, it is like that's an extra cost on other people to
Yeah.
get there, but we
You travel. You have to travel too.
Yeah, but we would do it anyways.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of our friends would too. So we told everybody, do not come to this if you're not
Yeah.
into it. Like, it's
Yeah.
basically we were gonna do it, and then we just decided to open it up to anybody
Sure.
who wants to come. So our parents are basically the only people who are
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
obligated to go, essentially, and they are not super pumped about it. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
having to go to Vietnam.
There's been some speed bumps when it comes to that. Everybody else very
on
happy.
board, yeah.
And then we're doing something here for the people who can't make it. But yeah, so like if people were gonna fly in from like California, I would say that like with hotels and stuff, yeah, it's gonna be more expensive for them, but not as much as you would think, because
Yeah.
like traveling to a different city for a weekend to do like either a bachelor party or a wedding, you're gonna drop like $1,000
Yeah, you're
doing
gonna-
that. It's
True.
expensive, and it's probably $200 to $2,500 like to be over there. So it's not like it's super astronomically higher. It is more expensive, but the venue and stuff itself, we're doing 3 days of events at a 3-star resort in Hoi An. And so like catered open bar for 3 days for people. And that entire thing with the wedding ceremony is going to cost less than like a venue rental would cost.
yeah,
So, yeah, your dollar goes way, way farther.
That makes
in
sense. That's why
Vietnam.
there's so many expats there, dude.
Yeah. When I was there in 2018, I don't know, when were you there, Max?
2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you did.
No, wait, that was 2017.
Okay,
2017.
okay.
2019 was in Africa.
A pack of cigarettes. I got the cheapest pack of cigarettes I've ever
where you're
gotten in my
basing
life.
your wedding venue at.
No, it was
You're like trying to find a wedding venue, and you're like, I did get
the
a
pack
really
of cigarettes was 25 cents.
That's wild.
So that
Damn.
stuff still exists out there in the world.
If all you
and-
got to look at is some diseased gums and
Yeah.
your fucking cigs are only 25
For a quarter,
cents.
flip 'em a quarter.
Dude, and they were like the best cigs, bro.
Yeah.
They weren't the fire safe ones, you
Yeah.
know. They're still like the pure, just
Crazy.
fucking. Yeah. So I brought and you can just walk into any pharmacy and get Xanax. Jesus Christ. I mean, this is
Hey,
not
if
what I
you're-
based
if
but
you're-
I came home with a bottle of Xanax and a carton of those cigarettes. I was like,
You got
Vietnam
that through
is my
customs?
favorite
They
place.
didn't care?
Yeah, you just. I mean,
You put
just
your
put it
name
in-
on the
yeah,
bottle.
Yeah.
Crazy. Hey, if you're listening to this and you want to go to Grant's wedding, just join the Patreon. If you join the
Yeah.
Patreon, you can go to Grant's wedding in Vietnam.
Yeah, and you can bring a +1. Oh, hey, by the way, we are doing Sisyphus Brewing August 2nd and 3rd, 8 p.m. both nights. We're doing stand-up comedy, and if you join the Patreon, you get a free +1. You got to buy a ticket, but you get a free +1 to any of those shows. So
You guys are doing a comedy wedding? What do you mean? Are you having a show?
This is
You're doing the podcast.
yeah. Well,
okay.
this is a divergence from promoting my wedding. This is
It's a separate thing.
Wedding promo?
yeah.
Which, by the way, equally important in Grant's mind.
Yeah,
These
very
shows
true,
in his
yeah.
wedding.
I can speak freely because Kelly won't listen to this. So
He needs these shows to go well so he can finance his wedding in Vietnam. He needs to make at least $30.
that's how cheap this shit is over there. I can finance the wedding on the Patreon, on the meager Patreon that we have.
That's so funny. Dude, it is truly dirt cheap there, though.
Yeah,
it is
it's
awesome
nuts.
how cheap it is when you're there.
And yeah, there was like we were kind of trying to do it in Thailand because we've been to Thailand together, but it was quite a bit more expensive
Yeah.
in Thailand. So even over there's like a pretty significant spectrum of like you could do it in Cambodia, which I think they pay you to get married there, but
in the killing
things,
fields.
things are. Did you go to Cambodia?
I didn't. No.
Things are like pretty sketchy in Cambodia.
Yeah, they're so
like,
weird.
Yeah. So yeah, where you were in Africa in 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I flew to, I got blackout drunk at a buddy's wedding, and I bought a flight to Ethiopia and then a return flight from Kenya like 75 days later.
Whoa.
What?
Holy shit.
Yeah, then I woke up.
Did somebody like convince you to do this, or were you
I think
just
I was
like
just
in
talking
the
to a
corner?
buddy. I was like, I think I was in the corner just
You're just vibing. Like,
Also, by yourself, did you decide to do this
yeah,
alone?
I went solo.
Fuck.
that's so
lunatic.
badass, dude.
Yeah, my sister met me for the last week I was there, but yeah, I woke up like that following week, like on a Monday, and I was like looking through my emails, and I saw a bunch of confirmations from Delta.
You didn't remember?
I was blackout drunk.
You're like, what the fuck? Did
Hey, you bought Delta though. That's
Yeah,
pretty good,
and
dude.
I called my boss, my dad. I work for my dad, and he goes, I go, hey, so in February, I'm going to Africa, and he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I bought. He's like, how long are you gonna be there? I was like, 75 days. He's like, all right, I guess.
Just the weirdest amount of days, not measurable by any other thing than days.
Dude, it was a very fun trip, but I had this. So I basically got there, and I would just go to whatever was the cheapest flight. Whenever I got sick of a place, I would just go somewhere else, and wherever the cheapest flight. So I ended up in Rome at one point because I was just like $50 flight here. Oh, I can get to Lebanon for fucking $25 from here, and then
Sweet.
it's like, oh, $100 to get to Rome. I'll go to Rome. I'll check that out. And I was trying to get a flight.
You're like, Africa is crazy.
so many white people
So
in
many
Africa.
Italian people in Africa.
Yeah, I made it I did a little. I went to Europe for a little bit on that trip for 2 weeks.
You had to take a breather.
Yeah, I had to take a breather. Crazy when you get to Rome, a lot of Bengalese dudes trying to sell you fake weed, though.
For sure.
And I was trying to buy a flight from. I got a flight from Rome to Ethiopia because I had to get back to Kenya, and I was trying to buy a Ethiopia to Kenya flight, and it wouldn't let my credit card go through because I had bought like 3 flights in a row, and they were like, this is kind of sketchy. And they canceled it, and then I couldn't get a hold of my bank, and I called my sister, and I was like, hey, can you set up a flight for me, and I'll just pay you back on Venmo? And she goes, sure. And then she calls me. She goes, all right, do you want the Sunday flight at 7 a.m. or you want the Monday flight at 7 a.m.? And I was like, well, what's cheaper? And she goes, well, the Monday flight is cheaper. I was like, let's just do that then. And then that Sunday morning flight from Ethiopia was the Ethiopian Airlines crash that fucking went to.
What the
No
fuck?
way.
Yeah, it was the.
What?
Yeah, wild, dude. $40 saved my life.
So you got like the
And
Mark
it was you
Wahlberg
went on the-
9/11 story.
Yeah.
You went on the cheaper one. Which is crazy that would have been like not the one that crashed.
When did you
Wild.
find out about that? Like that day?
The same
Dude.
day.
Oh
my
my
sister called me and she goes,
God.
did you know that fucking flight crashed? And I was like, what? And it was like, so then I was at the airport, and this is what made me, I got heated that day. So I have a carry-on bag. I fly carry-on with this bag everywhere. It's international approved. It fits every fucking plane. And I go to get on, and they're like, well, this isn't a carry-on. You're going to have to check this. And I had a connection flight, and I was like, look, I have a connection flight an hour after I land. There's no way this thing is going to make it onto the next plane if I do this. And they're like, no, it's going to make it on. And it's like, you guys just crashed a plane full of people. There's no way my luggage is making it in that hour span that I have to make it onto my next flight. And they're like, we're going to make it happen. I was like, what the? And I landed in Kenya in Nairobi. And luggage wasn't there, and I was just ripping around in sweatpants and a sweatshirt for fucking 3 days until my luggage showed up.
Oh my God.
I was so, because there's no clothes my size there, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Just like
I just had a fucking twin size sheet on. That was my option.
you look like fucking Marlon Brando
Yes,
and Dr. Moreau. Oh man, that's fucking nuts, dude. Holy shit. How much does a flight cost to get to and from Africa?
It was cheap at the time because it was like fucking gas being expensive.
Yeah.
I think I ended up getting the flight round trip. It was like $1,800.
Wow.
Yeah, it was dirt cheap.
Yeah.
You got the maybe kidnapped rate.
I almost got fucking mugged when I was in Ethiopia.
Oh yeah, you told this on Send It Show, didn't you?
Oh yeah. That was strange. Just surrounded by a bunch of 15-year-olds just trying to like. I was like,
They took you to a brothel, right?
yeah, they took me to a fucking brothel.
Yeah.
I met this dude at a brewery, and we're like talking, we're hanging out.
That's how you know the microbrewery industry has gone too far.
Yeah. And he's like, you want to come to a house party? And then I get there, and it's just like women in Jamaican swimsuits like dancing, and I was like, this is fucking weird. And I was like, I gotta go. And I bought a drink from them, and they were like, well, you owe us $100 and whatever some dollars for a drink. And I was like, I'm not paying you that.
Yeah.
And I left them like the equivalent of like $5 and got up and walked. And they followed me for like a mile and a half walking back to my place, and they just kept getting closer. And then I just shoved the hell out of this teenager. Because I was like, bro, you guys got to leave me alone. Get the fuck away from me. And they just kept getting closer. And I did that move where you step on a foot and shove.
Oh, yeah.
So this dude fucking hit hard, man. Like,
and then they stopped?
And they scattered.
Yeah.
They scattered.
They're like, okay, this guy's big.
Yeah, he went beast mode on us, and it's spooky. He went full warthog.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's insane. Have you been to any other crazy countries?
No. I mean, I like Cairo.
It was just on a whim you decided to go to Africa.
Yeah.
Drunk.
Drunk on a whim. I was like, I should explore a bit.
Did you
crazy.
like it there?
Yeah, it was very fun.
I kind of want to go there.
I went to a zoo that had a bunch of venomous snakes and like no
code.
Yeah, like literally just like no tops on the fucking like containers.
They're there by
in.
choice.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it
was weird.
They
man.
hang out if they want to. Yeah, dude, zoos in what's developing countries, not great vibes, I'll be honest. You're kind of like, these animals are looking a little rough, dude. I went to one I can't remember where it was. It was either Vietnam or Thailand, and it was just monkeys in cages, dude. Like small cages.
Like dog kennels?
Yeah, dude. And you're like, dude, they got monkeys on the street right there. Like, what? Let these guys go.
We caught these ones. These are the ones that we caught.
Let my boys breathe.
These are the
dude.
stupid ones.
No, dude. And like, just like emaciated crocodiles and shit. You're like, dude, that thing is a carnivore, man.
It's
you
so
gotta let it
hungry.
eat. Feed it the monkey,
Why is it
dude.
licking its lips?
Feed it the monkey.
Oh, it's looking at me and licking its lips.
They got like bales of hay out there for the crocodiles. It's like,
kibble.
come on.
The crocodiles love the bales of hay. Like, no.
The crocodile looks at you. It's like,
No.
it's fucking talking.
Tigers on OxyContin.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
That's
man.
funny how like when you see an animal with a home like that, it's like it's the equivalent of a homeless person. You know what I mean? Like the same vibe where it's just like, don't make eye contact with that dude.
So it's the best way an animal can live.
Yeah, dude. It's removed itself from the natural process.
Yeah, it is one of those fucked up things though that like when you're watching a war movie and you see like 1,000 people die and one horse die, you're like, the horse, dude. No, you feel worse for the animals somehow, but meanwhile there's a guy with his fucking legs blown off right next to it. And you're like looking past him to try and help the crocodile, the skinny crocodile. Yeah, dude, that's rad. I don't know. You seem like a guy who would have gone to India. Like that seems like
I want to badly.
yeah,
I
you're
haven't
like
yet,
buying
though.
hash in India and stuff. Yeah, that seems like there's definitely tiers. I feel like going to Africa is definitely like, I feel like that would be kind of the wildest culture shock you could probably get. Either that or India in my mind.
Because Ethiopia, it's like in Addis Ababa, anyways. There's it's like a burgeon, there's a middle class that's like starting to happen because like people can go to college so easily now that you can take online courses and stuff like that. So there is like a demographic of people like our age that are college educated. They have like jobs where they're making like good money. They're making like middle class wages. They're $70,000 a year, and that goes a long fucking way in Ethiopia, dude. But you'll like go to a real nice restaurant, and then you'll leave, and there'll be like a woman with her kids in the gutter, like begging for food, and you're just like, this is
right there.
like right there.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is so like dead cows in the middle of the like all their next to the roads. There'd just be like cows that were gutted and like for meat.
Wow.
And like just the skulls laying there next to garbage.
I don't think I could deal with that culture shock, man. I
Definitely
get
not,
pissed
dude.
off if I go to Walmart, dude.
You couldn't.
I was at Walmart last night angry. I don't think I could go to
culture shock at Walmart.
Yeah, dude. I was like,
Border crisis is real.
dude, I was I had to buy a propane tank for because we got a grill, and I'm like talking to the
Congrats.
Yeah,
Congrats
dude,
on the grill.
Blackstone, dude.
Oh,
we got it on
man.
Facebook
Nice.
Marketplace, like $700 off.
That's awesome.
Out of the box, dude.
With the
Somebody
the
stole
flat top?
that. Somebody
Yeah.
stole that,
Yeah,
and I was
for
like, "We'll
sure.
give you $500 for it."
That's
Yeah.
great.
But I'm like checking out, and it's like this 17-year-old dude. I'm like, "Yeah, I need to get a propane tank. Do you know how I do that?" And he just looks at me and goes, "Nah, not really." And does not give me any solutions. He's just like, "Nah, not really, dude."
Dude, they truly do not give a fuck, and
Yeah,
I
man.
cannot blame them for that.
Yeah.
But I'm stealing the fuck out of things when I'm at Walmart now.
Oh yeah.
I stole Oppenheimer 4K.
Oh, yeah. Do you even have a DVD player?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I stole that too.
Oh my
dude.
god.
And
dude.
also that was like Apple Valley Walmart. That's like
Yeah.
suburb. Because here's the
Yeah.
thing: like there are shitty Targets, right? But it's usually like the Quarry Target is like a shitty Target,
Yeah.
and then you go to the suburbs and it's like, well, this is like a nice ass Target. Walmart just stays shitty no matter where you could be.
Wherever you are.
You could be. There could be a Walmart in Times Square, and it would still be.
yeah.
dog
Well, that
shit,
sounds like that
you
would
know?
be a bad one.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, in the financial district
Yeah,
in
yeah.
New York, you know?
Definitely.
And it would still be like, what the dude, does anyone know what's going on
Mm-hmm.
here? That's the vibe of Walmart. It's just like, does anyone know
What the fuck is
And
going
it does
on?
feel like they kind of just have leaned into that and accepted it about their brand.
Dude, it feels
It's-
like post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
going to Walmart.
Yeah.
there's just
'Cause
so
it's
much
just-
shit in there.
There's so much
big.
so much shit, and also no one knows where to walk. The guys
Yeah.
working there are like, dude, I didn't even know I worked here.
God help you if you need like an electronic at
Oh,
Walmart.
dude.
God,
like
dude.
holy shit.
Oh my god.
Trying to buy a TV at Walmart
There's just a
or
line
something
of
like-
people doing the same thing.
Yeah.
that.
A move I do now,
Yeah.
I've done it quite a bit, is when I go to, I'll buy like a 4K DVD or something, and you just say you found it in the $5 bin, and then they'll just go, oh, well, it says it's 20. I was like, well, it's in the $5 bin, and then they'll just like mark it down
Yeah.
to the $5
Yeah.
price, because they don't give a shit. They don't care at all.
That's beautiful.
Dude, it is kind of beautiful. Yeah, well, there's a Dairy Queen in Farmington where it's all like 12-year-old girls work there. Which is what weird. Like the guy who owns it is just like, yeah, we only hire little girls. But
He's like, you know who it is? We're doing that.
well, it's like
But
like
for
some little
kids,
boys too,
yeah.
you know, because someone's got to be the manager.
Okay.
But
Somebody's got to be in charge.
Yeah, dude. Me and Miranda go through the drive-thru and we order like 3 things, and then we're just I pay the guy, the kid, and then we're just sitting there for like 5 minutes. Then he opens up the window. He's like, "Yeah, what are you guys waiting on?" And I'm like, "Everything." You didn't give me a single thing, bro. And then he gives us like some of our stuff, and it's like wrong, and he also forgets something. So I go back in and I'm like, "Hey, we had some dilly bars. Do you mind if I just grab the box of dilly bars?" And this 12-year-old's like, "Do you have a receipt?" And I got in an argument with the 12. I was like, "I don't know. Did you give me one?" No, no. You just saw me though. I was just there. Do I look different because I'm out of the car and you're 12?
Yeah.
Dude, I was so
yes.
mad. I was like, I got in the car and I was like, I was gonna like fight that 12-year-old for the dilly bars.
There is a thing about like when a kid upsets you, you feel so like emasculated
Well,
because
also-
you can't throw hands.
Also,
you can't,
you're like,
you
you're
can't.
like, mentally, I'm like, dude, I don't even know if it's legal for you to work here.
Yeah,
So
like,
I feel double
I
wrong.
can't dress you down in
Yeah.
public like this. That's a bad look for me, even
Yeah.
if I'm totally right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you're in the wrong screaming at a little kid. out of
Yeah.
the
Yeah, but
DQ.
then another older kid was like, "Nah, it's cool. He doesn't need a receipt." And I grabbed those dilly bars and gritty
Dapped
out
him
of there.
up.
Yeah.
Like, see it later, man. Thank you
Just
so
doing the
much.
gritty at the kid. Fuck you, dude.
oh my god,
Doing
dude.
the gritty, man. We met a pretty cool wide receiver this weekend.
Yeah, dude.
Tight end, dude.
Yeah.
Did you tell him? how
Wait,
he-
is he a tight end?
He's a
He's a
tight
tight
end.
end.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he was a wide receiver.
He's a beast mode blocker, dude. He's so good at blocking.
oh yeah, dude.
Did you tell him how you botched your saying hi to him?
So
yet?
we, so George Kittle was at Acme last night from the. He's 49ers.
yeah.
He was played in the Super Bowl last year. Did he get a touchdown?
Pro bowler. He's pro
Dude, he's like
bowler.
My
all
man
pro.
probably got a
he
tutty.
might be the best
He's
tight
the
end in the
best
NFL.
tight end,
right
yeah.
now.
In the NFL, yeah. So yeah, well, why don't you set it up because he was there with your friends.
Yeah, so my buddy plays hockey in the NHL, and I guess they had the same physical therapist, and he was in town before camp, basically getting shored up. And then I was texting my buddy about the show, And he goes, yeah, I'll be here. I'm gonna come tomorrow. Blah blah blah. I was like, oh nice, who you bringing? And he wouldn't tell me because I was just thinking it was just gonna be like Blaine guys that we knew.
Yeah.
And then he showed up and I was ripping my vape and George Kittle was walking down the stairs. I was like, is that fucking George Kittle? And then the usher was like, George Kittle's here.
Yeah.
And I look over and he's sitting with my buddy and I was like, did you fucking watch George? You brought George Kittle to watch me have a mid-set? Like, what the fuck is this? Sucks so bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that good of a show.
No, it
That's
wasn't
the
that
problem.
good of a show.
Oh man, that kind of dude. Because if somebody like that's in the crowd, you're like, I want to rip it so hard, dude.
Yeah, for sure. But it's, we didn't know.
We didn't know
Did
till
you
after.
know before you were
No,
on stage?
no.
Okay, because neither did I. And all right, this is good because I
Grant
do have.
literally on stage was like, well, it doesn't matter what I do up here. It's not like George Kittle.
I just have some weird anti-George Kittle joke that
You know who I hate?
White tight ends.
let's transition into the Patreon because there's a story I want to tell related to this that if the person they will get mad, but it'll be behind the paywall. We'll continue the George Kittle conversation.
That's right.
after
You want
this.
to hear the rest of this? You pay up.
Yeah, exactly.
You give us $5 and then you can
Exactly,
cancel
baby.
immediately.
This is how you do it.
You can cancel right away.
Patreon.com/WeCoolPodcast, August 2nd and 3rd. If you sign up for the Patreon before that show, buy a ticket to the show. You
can
get a
go to
free
Grant's
ticket.
wedding.
You get a +1 and a +1 to my wedding. Max Chapman, what do you have to plug? Let them know.
Before that weekend, July 31st, I'll be at Sisyphus.
Fuck. Don't go to that one.
Doing the tomato show.
Oh,
doing
hell
the
yeah.
tomato
He's gonna
time
make
show.
you pay.
And it doesn't matter if you're on the Patreon for that show.
Yeah, you're paying. I need to make money.
No, go to that show for sure.
Hell yeah, dude. All right.
And
let's-
your podcast.
Oh yeah, this is something. Man. It is what it is. If you want to,
this is the one place to promote a podcast.
If you want to join the other 40 listeners on YouTube, feel free to hop on that. This is
dude.
something, man.
40 on YouTube's good.
It is good, yeah. All right. See you on the Patreon.